Mr. Rogers once stood up to Congress. LeVar Burton once stood up to Congress and saved all of these shows that do good with no ulterior motives. There was also a recension of PBS and NPR and public broadcasting funding. So that means shows like Sesame Street and shows like Arthur, which I know it's not on anymore, but like we grew up with that. All of these shows,
These
no,
shows
they're
and
in jeopardy. They're
uh,
in jeopardy of being in existence anymore.
yeah,
Mr. Rogers once stood up to Congress. LeVar Burton once stood up to Congress and saved all of these shows that do good with no ulterior motives.
yeah.
And I would say that if you do want to help, Josh, you and I had a conversation about this and you mentioned it, cancel that Paramount Plus subscription and go get that PBS subscription.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would absolutely encourage people to do that. PBS is another just like rock solid American institution in my mind that I can't imagine losing it. And let's be clear that we're not there yet. They were completely defunded by the government, but they didn't. That doesn't make them go away immediately.
Right.
We have the
No.
opportunity to support them through the subscriptions, like their streaming app, through monthly donations to your local member station, which is what I would recommend you do if you really want to
Yes.
support PBS. Find your local station and support them directly. That's gonna do the most good. And
Same thing
there's a
with
lot
NPR.
of film. Ken Burns, his documentaries, he has a relationship with PBS for a reason. He's also been a staunch defender of it, and he's done some of the most important documentaries about American history and American culture that anyone has done. And yes, NPR is hugely important. Rural communities really rely heavily on NPR, but it's not called NPR there. It's called blankety blank. It's
KWGS.
called KWGS. It's called KOSU. It's called all these different local stations that are supplying news to people in rural communities who may not get it otherwise because it's all they have. They don't.
And weather.
And weather. We're in Oklahoma. I think a good chunk of our listeners and our viewers are in Oklahoma. Not everyone in Oklahoma has internet access. These people do listen to the radio. I don't know. We could do a whole episode about it, but it's been a very sad week to me to lose the Late Show, PBS and NPR in one fell swoop. Again, not immediately. They're not all going away overnight, but it was a shocking look
at what the priorities
at
are.
what the priorities are by the leaders of this country. And that's exactly right.